Hey, good morning. Okay, so Frankie, come here. Come say hi. Come say hi. You think I have an imaginary dog, don't you? Come here. Finally. Hi, baby. You gonna be a good boy? Boop. See, his paws look better. They almost look normal. Oh, there he goes. Who is that, Frankie? Is that Molly? Molly. Frankie, jump. Frankie, come. Jump. Molly, Molly, Molly. You haven't met Molly yet. Come here. Come here, Molly. She's also adopted from Humane Society. Come here. We got her right after the big tornadoes. And our, come on, jump. And our other dog. Come on. Come on, baby. Come on, jump. I know. Lucky passed away, and we were both mourning so bad. So she was our first dog that we adopted, and then we got him. But let me see if I can get you to see Molly. There we are. Come here. Look at that. Look at that girl. She has a lot of PTSD or brain injuries or something, but she's very needy, and but I don't think anybody else would have her because she's grouchy with moody with other people, just kind of moody. I don't trust her around kids, sorry, and she certainly doesn't like other dogs. You know how sweet Frankie is. She just sees him as irritating, and she growls a lot. She'll bark. Sometimes you'll touch her, and she'll yelp like you just smacked her or hit a tender spot. But we've never been able to figure that out. She sure is beautiful, and you know sometimes you just can't resist a sweet face, even though they're a pain in the butt. Frankie's not happy about me sharing. Neither one of them like to share attention. Do ya? Can you jump? Can you jump? Come on. Can you jump? Ooh. She doesn't usually take stop instruction well. You know she doesn't want to ow, you're on my hair. I'm sorry. You gotta get off my hair. Ow. Okay, look what I started. Okay, we're good. Good girl. Okay, go on. Good girl. Oh. Okay, Frankie, calm down. Everything's okay. Okay. So what are we going to talk about today? I was thinking about talking about something that a lot of us go through, and that is our self-image. What we're not just how we perceive ourselves, but how others perceive us. So, you know, makeup is one of them. Speaking of makeup, I used to use Neutrogena face makeup or face sunblock years ago in the 100. It came in 90. It came in all kinds, 90 and 100 even. But I used to always use that as a moisturizer sunblock under makeup. But it was on sale at Ross's Outlet or Nordstrom Rack. It was still $10 for a I don't know how big of a tube that was, 6 maybe, but the lid is fooling you. So this is actually 6.7 ounces. This feels like, in my memory, a lot bigger container than what it used to be. It used to be a tube about like this. I don't know. But anyway, I used it this morning. And very moisturizing. I used as, you know, they say you have to use so much for it to actually work. Oh, I can't put that much anything on my face. I'm sorry. Unless I'm at a resort where we're doing a mud bath. Then I'll cake it on. But you're going to shower it off. You're not going to wear it all day. So I don't know. Until they come out with something that you don't have to have such thick layers on. Anyway, about that self-image. You know, a lot of people, and I've done it, will portray certain behaviors that they do, whether they do them or not. And one of them is, stupidly, how much sunblock they use. They put it on as if they've put on enough. Now, if everybody that's on YouTube or Instagram or all these other places where they're showing how they're doing makeup, a lot of them, not the ones we know, of course, if they used as much of this as it took and then used enough makeup that it takes to cover that up, everything would be sliding around. There would be no way to put on enough powder. I mean, unless you have a 15-year-old face. I don't know. But by the time you're 27, those days are over because you start getting some lines. And as soon as you get a line, that's where it's going to cake up. I'm just saying. I wish people wouldn't put on such shows. Nobody's going to be able to put on that much makeup and go out in public and be seen. How many times would you have to touch up if you talk, if you move your face? You'd have to have so much Botox and Juvederm that you wouldn't be able to move your face, or your makeup would crack, wrinkle and crack. So let go of looking like a YouTube model. I don't know. I got dog hair. She's got such fine hair that it just floats throughout the house. Every single day I go through the house and just put down my fingers like it's a rake, and I get along the sideboards that I'm walking by and under the obvious big furniture in the kitchen, living room, dining room area. Down the hallway. That girl shits and does not have a thin spot on her. That's just how Aussies are. Lucky. My dog that passed away, he looked like a small bear. He was an oversized Aussie. Okay, I'm going to put on makeup while I'm talking, because we're going to talk about how we project ourselves, our images. And one of the things I'm going to share with you is that hair everywhere. For instance, we're having company for the weekend. And in the old days, every corner would be scrubbed clean, like the house was a new build back in the olden days. Because I had so much shame that I wasn't so rich that I could afford everything. That's how I want a more natural look. So I'm going to use my L'Oreal. And my hands are now not clean, so I'm going to use my brush. These droppers are crap, so I just use it as a wand. I either put it on my brush or smear it on my face, or dip my hands in it. So now, after years of experience, I have learned that when I go to someone else's house and it looks picked up but not spick and span, I feel more welcome. That's just me. Think about it. If you go to someone's house and it looks like a new build, and you know they did it for you, do you really feel like family? Do you feel close? Now, if you want someone to feel like company, go ahead and do it. But there is a different shift of energy that happens. I'm hoping this new Neutrogena Beach Defense Water and Sun Protection Sunscreen. Oh, when I bought it, it said for face and body. But I'm feeling something in my eyes right now. It must have mixed with the makeup. Helioplex, dermatology recommended brand, water resistance for 80 minutes, oxybenzone free, lightweight, oil free, beach strength. Uses: helps prevent sunburn, protection, direction. Honestly, when I bought it, I swear it said for face and body. And I am feeling a little burn in my eyes. That's why I don't overdo it. That's why I use the spray. Once I do my makeup, I'll spray, because I really don't want it around my eyes. Excuse me. Oh well, here we go. So anyway, here's back to self-image. And just like when I was in school, if somebody, oh man, I got some dry skin from that Retin-A. I've been using it regularly again. I go in phases. And so, I'm getting the Retin-A face. Yeah, yes I am. Well, you know what? That's good enough. Because if it's going to be dry, they're going to see me dry. And you know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say, oh yeah, that's that Retin-A for you. When you don't use it loyally. Hope I'm not scaring you. But anyway, that's, you know, when we are our most authentic selves with our friends, you know, that doesn't mean act ridiculous. But you don't have to act like you're a clean freak. If they can't accept that you live like a human being. I mean, I'm unloading the dishwasher, doing some laundry, waiting. I'm not going to scrub the house and then stand there when they come in like I never do anything. And I'm not going to overdo my makeup so I look like I just walked out of a magazine. Oh, you know how my nose itches when I put on. Oh, okay. So, I think I'm going to have to throw this away. I like to use it till it's completely gone. You know me. I'm a tightwad. No, I'm not. I'm just frugal. Okay, so when we, just like when I was still out there trying to act brave and defend myself, I would dress in a way that would show that I belonged instead of expressing myself, being my own comfortable self. And so I would explore what they were doing. And that's not a bad thing. I'm just saying I took it a little bit too far because I hardly ever wore anything that really was explored in how it made me feel. My comfort level wasn't taken in consideration. It was all about how am I fitting into the situation. Yeah. You know what? I was almost 30 years old when I started really getting serious about self-exploration. This is dried up. Cannot use it one more day. So I'm going to use my next one up. Ooh, that's nice and juicy. I was 30 years old before I started really zeroing in on getting to know myself. Period. No ifs, ands, buts, and maybes. And I can tell you, I found out I love dresses. I loved wearing dresses. And I hadn't probably worn a dress but a couple times in my life. That's a true story. Unless I was going to some place where I was trying to fit in and I would wear a dress just to, but it wasn't something I did for me. I didn't realize there were so many different types of dresses. I mean, once I discovered dresses, I started wearing sundresses all the time. I just love them. Now, don't go using a brush on your eyebrows before you know that makeup's dry. I used it a little too quick there. All right. See that sunscreen's making my eyes water a little bit. And between that and the Retin-A dry skin, not a good look. So I'm gonna have to put some powder there. Yeah, knocked off that dry skin and the tearies from, oh my gosh. How in the world? Oh, I don't know if you know this, but Retin-A travels. So if I put it here, it's going to travel up here. If I put it here on my lip, it's going to travel here. If I put it here on my cheek where I have those sun things, if I put it too close to the earlobe, it's going to get in here. Right? So these are the places that really get scabby if you're not careful. So, I mean, I put it here because of scarring. I had some terrible acne scarring. So that's why I use Retin-A, is because of all that acne scarring. I even was one of the guinea pigs for Accutane. Because I was, oh God, how was I? 40? No, was I 40? Couldn't have been. I might have been 35, 36. And I still had such bad acne that I signed up. I got involved in the Accutane trials. Well, it wasn't exactly a trial, but it was new on the market. Dermatologists were just starting to use it, and you had to get your liver tested every 30 days, I think. I think you had to get it tested like 2 weeks after you started, and then every 30 days. I think that's what it was. Because it was very inconvenient. Yep. And when you're having company, this is not a good time to try different makeup or try to do something. I mean, you can, once they get here, you do it together. That would be fun. But there's no sense in trying to impress them with a whole new look. Be comfortable. They want to see you, right? And if they're there just because you're the cool kid in the group and they want to be seen with you for some selfies or to stay at your beach house for free and you just happen to be there. Just take it easy. Take it easy. They're going to be nice to you because you're footing the bill, right? One thing for sure is I can be reliable. I used to have a friend that, oh my gosh, she was so beautiful. She's about my age. I think we were both kind of a Danish Swiss heritage, very pale, light complected, strawberry blonde hair, turning white. And, but every time I saw her, what I mean by but is she was very attractive. It's just that she looked almost like a different person every time I saw her. You never knew who was going to walk through the door. Not that that's a bad thing. I mean, if it's your personality to shake it up, go ahead. But it did make me wonder sometimes, what her grandkids thought or what her kids thought, you know? I think sometimes, especially when your grandkids are young, they want to know who's walked in the door. I've had an experience similar to that once where I wasn't wearing makeup for the first time that my neighbors, because I was new here, and my neighbor's little 3-year-old saw me without makeup, and they haven't looked at me the same since. It was shocking. That's all I'm saying. But this friend I was telling you about, she was an artist. She was creative. Oh, she's a juicy woman. Juicy woman. I was lucky to know her. I don't think I even want to put on another layer of lipstick just to soften it up even. Okay, and here's a goat hair. Now, I'm not saying don't be yourself and change things up if that's how you are. I'm just saying sometimes we worry too much when we're having company. My great-great-grandma, we had 6 generations alive at one time, all dysfunctional and all went through abuse and alcohol and the wars and death. Such a messy family. But I remember getting to stay with my great-great-grandma for a little while when I was young, here and there. And she would have me do things like massage her feet or shoulders. She really liked touch. And she would have me tweeze her goat hairs. So this wasn't just from postmenopause. These I've had since I was in my late 20s. That's when I first started noticing them. Isn't that funny? But they do tend to reflect in the sun because they are pretty white. So I'm just going to take the worst of them. We're just going to take the stragglers. I have plenty of time to dink around with this right now, so that's what I'm going to do. It's very relaxing for me to do my makeup. It's a nice way for me to wait. It's a dink with my eyebrows. What else do I need to do? Well, you know, I need to change the speakers on my computer. Last time I cleaned my office, I evidently, what did I do here? Evidently, I must have done something to my speakers because they quit working. And now just my monitor's working. So I bought a new pair of speakers, which I had this hunch if I just knew something that I don't know, I probably could return these new speakers. I just don't know I don't know. If you know anything about speakers, I just don't know what I could have done wrong. I don't remember dropping them. But maybe I did. Okay. Matter of fact, I'm getting excited about doing some putzing in the house. So I'm going to put on my most natural blush. And I'm sure there's some leftover blush on there as well. Nothing sparkly because I'm going to be doing the natural look. Yeah, that's okay, right? Mascara. Girl cannot go without mascara. All right. Sometimes I get enough caffeine in me that I just want to start putzing around the house and getting little things done. Already took the dogs out to run around, straighten up my back porch, which was starting to bother me. My backyard looks kind of cluttered right now. Too many projects going on. Getting rid of some things. Giving some of those shepherd hooks that I had in my yard for birds. I had about, 7 of them. I just gave 6 of them to my neighbor and kept 1. I can keep 1 in the front yard. I don't do hanging baskets anymore, so that was part of getting rid of them. But I used to use them for bird feeders. But my dog, Frankie, chases down birds and will not leave them alone. And he will kill them. So, I'm not going to do that anymore. Breaks my heart. He's such a little hunter. Yes, I was talking about you. Hi, jump. Yep. This is an old spoolie from a different mascara I had years ago. I really liked the brush on it. And I had just thrown away my old spoolie and I thought, I finished up that mascara. I thought, this is worth keeping. And it has been very helpful to me. And then I just wipe it off for the next use. Very seldom do I wash it because I wipe it off pretty good. The mascara can act as almost like a light glue. Sometimes if you just hold, like I have some crazy eyelashes. So sometimes I can, once I get the mascara on, I can just kind of hold it. And as the mascara dries, the eyelash will dry in a certain, will dry towards that direction. I'm just yapping. I just wanted to get on here and talk about not overdoing it with the house cleaning when someone's coming to visit. Maybe I'm trying to make myself feel better because I feel like there are some people that I know very well that I think they're stressed out about this visit because everything isn't perfect. And the folks coming to visit are very well off. Very well off. I'm talking mansion, swimming pool, homes on the water, lots of things that they have that I don't have, and some of us don't have. Some of the family members do. Not mine. Theirs. And instead of me going to Texas, this time they've come up here. And I just don't think that it takes that much. It's almost like their anxiety is rubbing off on me. And I'm like, stop. I have nothing to be ashamed of. I love my life. I've worked hard to have the lovely life I have. And I'm not jealous. I'm not jealous. When I was young, when I was a kid, I was jealous of everybody. I was jealous if a mother or father bent down and hugged their child. I was jealous if someone had their own bedroom. I was jealous if I walked into someone's kitchen and I could tell there was probably always food in that kitchen. You know what I mean? There's a look. You can tell. If I walked into their home and I could see that that everything in their house was working. They had a closet with shoes and belts and purses and different types of clothing. I was just like, I'm so jealous. But as I've gotten older and I've gone through therapy and spiritual awakenings, I can be happy for people who have stuff, who have a happy life, who enjoy their work. I'm happy for y'all because I'm happy for me. I have stuff. I enjoy my work. I enjoy my friends. I find joy in watching butterflies take baths in my little bird baths in my front yard, in that little nature area that I have. You know, the more we find joy in our life, the less self-conscious we just become, and the less jealous. Oh my God. I have a friend in Texas who she just has everything. And she still remains one of the most down-to-earth, she and her husband, her partner, have made really wise financial decisions. And they have worked physically and mentally hard, but they're doing work they enjoy. And they quit doing things when they quit enjoying them and do something else. They've just done such a great job. Self-supporting through their own contributions. They didn't get that money anywhere else. So I'm like double impressed, not jealous, double impressed. Like, gosh, you go, girl. Cannot believe how some of us go from having absolutely nothing and being unable to tap into free resources like minority funds to go to college, minority funds to get housing and food, and because we didn't have babies. So minority plus no kids meant get out there and put some elbow grease in there, right? And I'm not putting anybody down for having those benefits. I'm just saying some of us didn't get to participate in that. I had a roommate in college once. She had a baby girl out of wedlock, and she had wealthy parents. They were really well off. Beautiful home, bought her a car. Or was that her boyfriend that bought her a car? I can't remember. Anyway, and yet not only, she claimed to be, I don't know how many generations were in this country, but she had a small amount of Cuban blood, I think. And so at that time, you could be 1/16th or something. So she got free college plus all this free stuff for her child. So her ethnicity, having a baby out of wedlock, this girl had it made. And wealthy parents. So it was just like, this was before real hardcore recovery. I was so jealous of her that even though she and I had been friends before we moved in together, once we moved in together and I saw how she was just raking this all up, and she was decent at school and didn't even have to try hard. I had to try hard. Oh my God, I was so jealous. Jealous. So, I'll tell you what, my sponsor got a hold of me and was like, we're working on that. It was a little dark on that side. Gotta blend it. Maybe it's the shadowing from the lighting. Doesn't look that different in this light. Oh well. I do it all. I go through this every day because I have a natural window here, natural light, and just the house there. So oh yeah. So yeah, I'm not self-conscious about them walking into this home or yard. I'm proud of all the work I've done. I've taken this house that I would not have lived in it without all the work and money that was spent on remodeling this little cabin. I call it a cabin. It's a little ranch-style home. But I've never liked ranch-style homes because of the lack of windows. So I'm just calling it a little cabin. Aren't I terrible? I still have work to do. All right, I love y'all. I gotta get out some of this caffeine. And this is a good day to do 100 little things. And that will help burn off some anxiety and excitement of company coming. Yay. All right. Love you. Bye for now.